Hey guys, the Condors here doing another action figure review, and this time it is for the Mcfarlane Stranger Things Lucas figure. Now this is based on Stranger Things Season 1, the Netflix series if you're not unfamiliar with Stranger Things, and it is basically a thriller slash horror film series set in the in the 80s. So if you're not familiar with it, I would recommend checking it out on Netflix if you have access to it. There is 2 seasons so far, and this is for one of the characters from season 1, and his character name is Lucas. And here he is, and it is a figure done by Todd Mcfarlane. Now, Todd Mcfarlane is most notably known for doing Spawn figures, and they've also done the Halo figures as well, but this is their attempt at kind of branching out into other things. So he does come with a lot of accessories, one of which is this base, which has the Stranger Things logo on it and a foot peg. He does have 2 foot pegs on his feet, but before I get into the figure, I'll just go on to the box itself. I really love the packaging for the box. It does have this kind of 80s style design, as the poster has a somewhat similar design for the actual TV series. So you got all the characters up on the right hand corner. So you have one of the main characters in the center, which is 11. Then you got Will up above her. You got Will's mother, which I can't remember her name. You got Chief Hopper. You got I think it's Mike's sister. I think is it? It's not Will's sister because Will has a brother. And then you got the other 3 kids, Dustin, Lucas, and I can't remember. Is it Mike? Yeah, I think Mike. It's Mike's sister, which I can't remember the name of, up in the corner. So you have Lucas, which is this character who I'm going to review. So flipping around to the back of the box, just lay the figure down. So it shows Lucas, and it just shows the accessories he comes with. Then the other figure in the wave, which is Dustin, which comes with other accessories, very similar accessories actually, with a few differences. And then you have the other characters that are available or coming soon. So there's Mike, Will, Barb for, I think it's for the wave 1 or wave 2. And then you got Punk version of 11 for season 2's kind of releases, and a Steve figure, which I kind of like the fact that they didn't show his face, which means, I'm not sure if it means just they didn't get the likeness rights for the character or for the actor yet, and they just put in a placeholder, or that the figure will actually end up looking like that. And then you have the Demogorgon, which is a deluxe figure, which is a 10-inch scale figure. It's in scale to the actual rest of the line. The line is basically a 7-inch scale line, so it's similar along the lines of NECA's figures and some of the Diamond Select stuff. But the only difference is, because the main characters in the show are based on kids, the actual figures are actually smaller scale, so they are in scale with other 7-inch lines, which I'll showcase in a minute. So basically, it just says, there's a little bit of a write-up at the bottom saying, Dustin, Lucas and Demogorgon photos are of action figure prototypes. Product specifications subject to change. Please retain packaging for future reference. And then it just has Netflix stuff on it. And so I only picked up Lucas so far. I will probably get the Dustin. I haven't seen any of the other ones in hand or at retail, but I have seen the Chief Hopper one. I think there's 2 versions of season 1 version of 11, where she's wearing kind of the blue denim jacket with the bald head look, and then there's a version with her with a wig. I think Mcfarlane, if I remember correctly, were kind of sneaky enough not to put the head with the wig as an alternate head. I think you have to buy one or the other, so in essence you have to buy 2 figures. But anyway, onto the figure itself. So as I said, you get the display stand. I'll just stand him up there. His feet are a little kind of awkward to stand, but he does stand without the base. He has a backpack which is moulded in blue with kind of brown paint apps. And you can see the kind of straps hanging down. It's kind of a rubbery plastic for the straps and a kind of solid kind of plastic for the bag itself. He comes with a slingshot or a catapult, which is very rubbery, which is good in one essence because you can actually get him to hold the kind of sling part of it. He comes with this walkie-talkie that actually has a peg hole in the back, and the reason for that is you get this alternate hand which has a large peg in it, and it just pegs into the back of the peg hole on the walkie-talkie, and he can actually hold the walkie-talkie in his hand. And then the other thing he has is this L-shaped torch, or it's kind of with the military style torch. I used to have one of these actually as a kid myself, and they were kind of sold in army surplus stores and stuff like that. They were kind of always done in kind of military drab green, so they were supposed to be kind of, I think they were supposed to be ex-military kind of thing. But onto the figure itself. So figure is very nicely sculpted. Head is on a ball joint, as you can see. Get some good left, right, forward, back on the head. Head doesn't tilt back too much because of the jacket. Can tilt down a small bit, but we get good posability. You can do 360 on the head if you wish, but I'm not sure why you would. Arms are on ball joints. They can go out that much. They can rotate all the way around. They have single joint elbow. His wrists are on swivels, which are actually on a peg system, so they can kind of go in and out as well. He has a waist swivel, which is quite tight. He has a belt, which is not removable, but is part of his sculpt. And he has these weird kind of T-crotch style joints on the thigh, and then he can do the splits about that much. It gets a bit tight if you try to do too much. I'm afraid of the joint loosening on it. And you got single jointed knees with a swivel. The swivel is on the elbow as well, where you have the joint. He has rocker ankles, so you can pivot kind of side to side and kind of go forward and back, but it is hindered a bit by the pants sculpt. But all in all, he's very nicely sculpted, very nicely detailed. And to swap out the hand, hopefully this will work on screen. So you pop out the hand, there's a small tiny peg on it. I like to heat up the hand a small bit before popping it back in, but you just pop it in on the peg, and there you have him holding his walkie-talkie. So pop it back out again, just do the same thing, and I am a little worried. It is a plastic peg, so I'm a little worried about the longevity of the peg, but as long as you heat it up, I'd say you should be okay. His hands are sort of rubbery, so you can stretch him out a bit, the grip thing, so that's him holding the torch. And it's best to put the slingshot into his left hand. I find the right hand is a little bit too closed, but he can hold it quite nicely with the grip. As I said, it's very rubbery and kind of gummy, but you can kind of wedge the sling part in between his thumb and his fingers, so you can get him to look like he's about to fire the slingshot as well. And then for the last accessory, if we just take those out, is the backpack. Now, he doesn't have any place for storing any of the weapons or anything like that. It would have been cool if they had maybe cut a little slit into the backpack so you could actually put the stuff into it while he's not holding them. So, as I said, the backpack is rubbery and it just slides up over his shoulders. And there you have the backpack on his back. And then, as I said, he has a foot peg. He only has a single peg. And you can put his foot into the peg and you can stand with that. So, just for a scale comparison, or for a size, let me just bring back this camera a bit, or actually let me just push it back a bit, bring back the camera. you can see he stands about just a little over 6¼ inches tall. And then if I bring in another 7-inch scale figure, this is the Diamond Select FBI Agent David Duchovny, or Agent Fox Mulder. So you can see the scale between the two of them. So all in all, they're really good scaled figures. Main reason I picked up this figure was because it works quite well with the recently released NECA Pennywise It figure. So hopefully I'll get some of the other ones and do some kind of crossover figure, crossover diorama shots. So there you go, guys. It's a quick video review for the Lucas figure from Stranger Things, made by Todd Mcfarlane. Hope you enjoy my reviews, and as I say in my reviews, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.